We talked about it yesterday. Is Matthew Tkachuk staying, or is he going? Turns out, he's going. You know what that means. We got to talk about where's next. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. That's right, yesterday in our video, we talked about it. Matthew Tkachuk, does the arbitration mean he's staying or does it mean he's going? Turns out, he's going. So we got to talk about it. Thanks to The Athletic, we got 7 possible destinations to break down in our article deep dive. We're going to get to that in just a moment, though, on Today in Hockey. But first and foremost, we got to get to Today in Hockey history. Then we can get into some headlines, and that leads perfectly into our article deep dive. And again, we're heading back to The Athletic. It's been too long, and we're going to react to 7 possible destinations. Do we agree? Let's get into it. And if you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It helps us out a ton as we're just getting started, and we're going to keep bringing you videos every day, so you want to make sure you never miss a video. But Today in Hockey history. On this date, July 20th, in 1973, Colorado Avalanche legend Peter Forsberg is born. He would go on to score 249 goals and 885 career points in 708 career games. We see him there in the Flyers jersey, so famously included in that Eric Lindros trade. Tell you what, one of my favorite Avalanche players growing up. So happy birthday to you, good sir. Headlines, headlines, headlines. Here we go. News of the day reports out that the Calgary Flames, they're not going to have Matthew Tkachuk much longer. Sounds like he's not going to re-sign with the team. So we're going to dive into that deep in just a moment, but this is our introduction to it. And we talked about it yesterday. I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys so you can check that one out. But it was really interesting, right? The team files arbitration, so that means one of two things. Either they're going to get a long-term deal done, or he's already told them that he wants out, and they just need to get this trade going. So turns out to be the latter. So we're going to get to that in just a moment. But other news of the day, Seattle Kraken Eddie Olczyk will join the broadcast team. Very excited for you guys. I know it's a bummer for Chicago Blackhawk fans. Tell you what, Chicago's just kind of letting everyone go at this point, and they wanted Olczyk back, but it sounds like he made this choice on his own. So good for him. And Seattle Kraken, you guys got a heck of a broadcaster there. So excited for that. But all right, article deep dive. We're heading back to The Athletic. It's been a while, I'll admit, and this one, if Matthew Tkachuk is traded, where could he go? 7 potential destinations. This one's coming to us from the excellent Hailey, Salvian, and Gentille. 2 excellent writers. Love reading their stuff. I don't know if we've featured Sean on the channel yet, so this might be the first, but better late than never, absolutely. So let's just get right into it. They gave us 8 teams that they think are candidates for Matthew Tkachuk to be traded to. 7 teams, excuse me. And I tell you what, some of them little surprising right off the bat, but some of them definitely expected. So here we go. Number 1, St. Louis Blues. I've been saying it for a long time. I even put it in the thumbnail yesterday. Matthew Tkachuk, bring him home, bring him back to St. Louis. I mean, his dad works for the team. He grew up there. His dad played for them too. I mean, just so many neat ties there. And again, I guess I'm a little bit of a romantic when it comes to this, but I would love to see him in St. Louis. But this article makes a wonderful point that this is really complicated. They are really strapped for cash, and they're right up against the cap. As we can see here, they only have $650,000. That's what those dollar figures are on the side each team. The Blues only have $650,000 available under the cap, and the number 1 trade target right now appears to be Jordan Kyrou. Now, word is the Flames potentially already turned down a deal that included Kyrou and Krug, but take it with a grain of salt, right? It's all rumors, but cap issues do make this complicated because Kyrou doesn't make that much. He's still under team control, and I think he's only like $2.2 million this season. So Tkachuk's going to be paid very handsomely. So you have to keep that in mind. Now the Blues do have some other pieces, Krug in particular, who is rather high salary, who would be a nice fit. But does he want to go to Calgary? Is that something that can be arranged? But I tell you what, after reading this article, and I'll leave the link down in the description so you guys can see all this too, and make your own decisions as well. But I tell you what, St. Louis got a lot more complicated, and I'm kind of questioning it now. I don't know. The article talks about Pavel Buchnevich, and I tell you what, I don't think the Blues are giving him up, so you'd have to move Tarasenko. I don't know. Keep your eyes on this one. I would love this one to happen, but I'm kind of easing my foot off the throttle a little bit on it. I don't know if this one's gonna happen. But moving on, Nashville Predators. What? The Nashville Predators in on Tkachuk? I never thought about it. We talked about surprises. This one was a big surprise for me, and essentially they talk about it would be Colton Sissons and prospects. This is very intriguing. They've got some cap space, right? 8.5. They just locked up Forsberg. We know that team wants to win. The ownership is motivated to win. You imagine if Tkachuk ends up in Nashville. The article does talk about how Matt Duchene really wanted to go to Nashville well before the Avalanche actually traded him there. Is this another one of those scenarios where, oh goodness, I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. Absolutely. I don't know if it's going to happen, and I don't know if I want that to happen, but very intriguing. $8.5 million in cap space. Colton Sisson sitting at $3 million, and they have deep prospects. 10D spot too. Yeah. But all right, talk about deep prospects. My goodness, the Detroit Red Wings. I am so jealous of their prospect pool. I mean, just Elmer Soderblom alone. Man, 6'9", it's 6'8", 6'9", it's amazing. But the Detroit Red Wings, as we can see, they have $10.3 million in cap space. The article talks about sending Tyler Bertuzzi as the centerpiece in that trade. And I tell you what, Red Wings fans, I don't think you say no to that, right? Even if it means giving up Bertuzzi, Verana, Hronik, I don't think you say no to that. Now, the article does talk about, does Tkachuk want to re-sign there? Because that's a big deal, right? Like, he has to be committed. If you're going to give up a ton of assets in a big haul, then he has to be committed. And I tell you what, I don't know why he wouldn't want to be, aside from it being Detroit, Michigan, I guess. But is that really that different from St. Louis, climate-wise and everything else? Every place is different, and to each their own. So, we'll see. But that one really did pique my interest. Detroit Red Wings, be on the lookout. All right, New Jersey Devils. We're wearing the jersey today for you guys. New Jersey Devils, you guys have cap space, and I tell you what, you've been linked to every free agent on the planet so far. Johnny Gaudreau, I know we were bummed we didn't get him, but we're trying not to get our hopes up now, I'm sure, for this one. But I tell you what, it makes almost too much sense. Now, I did see some stuff that maybe the Devils aren't that high on his personal list, but they've got the cap space, and it's not even just about this season. And that Hailey and Sean do a great job about pointing that out. It's actually a lot about next season and how much cap space they have with a bunch of their key players already signed to long-term deals. Jesper Bratt will be the next one, hopefully, to get re-signed, but do they have to include him? I think so. If they trade for Tkachuk, Jesper goes. And I tell you what, I take that. I think that's an upgrade. You're looking at a 100-point scorer. He's a unicorn. That size, speed, skill, you don't find that every day. Jesper Bratt's a very good player, absolutely, but doesn't have the size of Tkachuk, absolutely. So, but again, then you'd also have to lose some of those other prospects too, Holtz, maybe some of the defenders. I don't want to give up Luke Hughes, right? And you're definitely not giving up Nemec, so I don't know. What do you give up, Devils fans? Let me know in the comments. Love talking with you guys always. All right, New York Islanders, another surprise, but I tell you what, the Barzal needs a running mate. That's what the article talks about. That was their number one goal. I did have visions of Philip Forsberg signing with the Islanders earlier, and that didn't come to fruition. So why not New York, right? Why not the Islanders? Well, they don't really have much to give up. Are you giving Wallstrom? Is he the centerpiece? I don't think that's enough. Picks included. It's just tough to say. So I don't think the Islanders are going to be a front runner here. I saw some talk about Barzal being included. It's like, why would you give up Barzal unless he actually demands a trade? I don't see that, and I haven't heard that yet. But New York Islanders, I think that one's more of just throwing it out there. Along with this next one, are we serious? And I know they even joke about it in the article, but the Vegas Golden Knights, look at their cap situation. Negative $1.4 million right now. They just got rid of Max Pacioretty for nothing to Carolina because of the cap. So what would they do? But the article does point out they still have William Karlsson and Jonathan Marchessault sitting there on pretty big deals. I think they're over $5 million each. So do you use one of them as a centerpiece? They don't have much to give up in terms of future assets here. So I don't know. I don't see it happening. Do you trade Mark Stone or something like that? I don't see that happening. This one's a long shot. I joked on Twitter the Hockey Flow 22. I joked on Twitter that Jack Eichel and 3 first-round picks, that ought to do it the way the Knights are running this team. But no, in all seriousness, I don't think this is going to be it. But if any team is going to come out of the woodwork and surprise us, it's going to be the Golden Knights, absolutely. And all right, last but not least, the Dallas Stars. And this one's really intriguing. The article makes a good point to mention this, that the $11.5 million, that seems like a good number right now, but in reality, it's actually a good chunk is accounted for because you have to lock up Robertson and Ottinger. And I agree 1,000%. You got to lock those two up. They're the backbone of the franchise right now. So the deal would have to circle around Asa Lindell and prospects. And the Stars do have pretty deep prospects. Thomas Hartley, some others. I do like some of the things they have, and I would like to see, it'd be cool to see Matthew Tkachuk in a Dallas Stars uniform. I do have to admit, but I'm not sure. Looking at all of this, who makes the most sense? It almost comes back to New Jersey again. I know I'm wearing the jersey, and this was kind of just a coincidence, and shout out to you Devils fans. Let's go Oilers! But, we're pro Devils, absolutely. We're pro hockey at the channel. But I tell you what, I think the New Jersey Devils have a good shot at this one. I want it to happen in St. Louis, but, man, they got to do some other things. They got to move some other pieces to make it happen. So we'll see. Word is that this is going to happen quick, but you let me know in the comments. Where's Matthew Tkachuk headed? Is it going to be St. Louis, Nashville, Detroit, New Jersey, New York, Vegas, or Dallas, or maybe one of the teams we didn't even mention? Let me know in the comments. I do appreciate you guys so much. So we got a giveaway going on at the channel. We're so close, almost to that 100 subscriber mark. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Once we hit that 100 subscriber mark, we're going to do a special video, let you know what you have to do to be eligible for the giveaway. We're giving away a $100 gift card to NHL Shop. That way you can pick something from your favorite team just as a token of my appreciation. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Until tomorrow, cheers.